Good morning. I just got ready and I have literally been wearing this sweater non-stop ever since I got it because I'm so obsessed with the colors. I got it on ASOS, but I think it's from Topshop originally. I just love it so much. And I'm actually headed to Rotterdam right now for a little work date with Emma and Ava. And I have literally been working from home constantly, so I'm just super excited to have a little change of scenery. I feel like that's something that can really motivate people, and especially if you work from home basically every day, it's nice to have a little change sometimes. And I actually haven't seen Emma since February, and I've actually never actually met Ava before, so I'm really excited to see them. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good day, so I'm gonna go grab my things, grab my bike, and then head to Rotterdam. It has somehow been so insanely cold today, and as I was cycling home it actually started raining, so I came home and I was wet and cold and I just had to immediately take a nice warm shower. And then we had some dinner and now I'm still working for a little bit because as lovely as this day was, it wasn't the most productive day for me, which I honestly also wasn't expecting because we obviously also had to do a lot of catching up and just chatting, and it was really nice. However, that does mean I still need to edit right now because I definitely want to get my video up tomorrow, so I need to change my cozy reading time tonight in bed for editing, which is fine, but I have kind of gotten myself into a rut the past few weeks. I just haven't really been feeling like on top of things, and I feel like that's something that I usually don't really show on social media because social media is definitely a highlight reel, and most people, including me, obviously tend to show the things that are going well and the things that are nice to show. But I can tell I'm just letting go of all the habits that I've created, and I can tell that it's not making me feel good, so I really want to just get actually back into routine. I know that I've said that multiple times after moving, but so far it just hasn't really stuck because every time something happened that kind of throws me off guard, and I feel like a part of it is also because I'm trying to do everything. I feel like I've just been trying to balance everything all at once and then also create all of the habits all at once and just do pretty much everything and also overthink everything, which I feel like is a pretty similar thought for people in their 20s. Like just overthinking every single little thing, and that honestly makes everything worse. Like I feel like half of the things I do, I could do them so much quicker and like more efficiently if I didn't overthink every single thing. And I feel like with that, just prioritizing certain things instead of doing everything all at once and also having a bit more of a structured routine, I feel like that could really help me, especially because I'm self-employed. So I, first of all, I'm just home almost every single day, and then also having like a structured routine is probably going to make me more productive. But also, I don't know, especially with the days getting darker, like at like 3 p.m. today I was like, it's already like pretty dark. Obviously the sun was not setting at 3 p.m. but I already felt like it was getting dark. And then especially if you're home, if it's 5 p.m. and it's literally dark, you kind of feel like you're just gonna have a cozy night and not do anything else. I feel like that's something that can happen to me now that it's getting dark so early. So I feel like I just really want to get myself out of this little slump that I've been in, and just, I think a big thing for me is to just take action towards things, because I feel like I'm a big perfectionist and also I just put pressure on every little thing in my life. So instead of doing that, I just want to actually take action to do things and just do things in general. I feel like that's gonna be my motto for the next few weeks, and I just really want to implement more and specific routines, especially reading, because I do feel like it really calms my mind, because if I'm reading it means I'm not scrolling on my phone, so I feel like that's something that does help me. And on the train today actually I only read instead of just scrolling on my phone, which is really nice. So that is something that we've been implementing the past few days. And also working out again, because that is literally the first thing that goes when I feel overwhelmed or stressed. It's just the first thing I skip, even though I really like working out sometimes. It definitely also needs some discipline, because I really feel like if I'm gonna have like an early workout class tomorrow, I will skip it because I don't want to wake up early. That's the next thing I want to say actually, because now I feel like I need to wake up super early tomorrow. I need to finish everything on my to-do list. I need to work out. I need to do this. And I always feel like I need to do everything all at once, like balance every single thing. But right now I feel like I need to focus on a few certain things and then do those, make it a routine, and then slowly add more things to it. I feel like I literally talked about that in my locking in video, but I definitely did not follow my own advice if I said that, because I definitely don't do that and I feel very pressured to do everything. So that's something that we're definitely working on. And I don't know, I just thought I'd take you along in my little thought process, because I have so many thoughts and I just need to get them out of my head. You guys are basically on FaceTime right now, so we just need to establish some good routines and routines that actually work for me. And I think for me, focusing on certain things is also going to help me, because I feel like I put a lot of energy into things that have gotten me into this slump in the first place. So that also means I'm not getting out of it, because I feel like I need to change some things, which can be scary but also good. And I feel like focusing on other things that I'm focusing on now is eventually gonna help. So yeah, we're just gonna get out of this slump together, guys. But now I need to get back to editing, because this video is definitely not gonna magically upload itself tomorrow. So that's what my night is gonna look like, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. I just woke up and I realized I didn't vlog anything else the other day, because I was kind of having a rough day and I just wasn't fully ready to leave this slump yet, so I kind of just let it be. I did do a workout though, which I didn't want to do, so that was a win. Now we're back. Today is Sunday and I'm actually gonna go to some kind of run club for the very first time. Basically, Atelier, which is also where this front case is from, is having a pop-up store in Amsterdam this week. So they're doing this like social run thing that's fueled by Nespresso. So basically it's just a 5k run through Vondelpark, and then they're giving out like coffee, and then I think it said you get a Nespresso goodie bag. So I'm very excited. I'm going with Lola, and for the rest of the day I'm having like a little Sunday reset, which I'm very excited for. I'm very excited to just chill and just clean up around the house and kind of just prepare for a new week, because as I was talking about, I didn't have the very best week this week, but I already have some like plans how to get out of this slump, and I'm actually gonna take it really slow, because I feel like this week still, even though I talked about doing like small steps and everything, I feel like I didn't really actually do that. So now I'm fully committed to actually taking it more slow, and I kind of prepared my week to also be a bit more slow with like work and stuff. I just really want to slow down and focus on actually feeling better. So I already booked a workout for tomorrow, and it's actually one that I've never been to, but I really wanted to try, so I'm very excited. And for this run today, I'm actually a little bit nervous, but I feel like it's gonna be like chill social vibes, because I like I talked about in the half marathon vlog, I haven't really been properly running because I was still having like a few issues with my shins, and then I suddenly did a half marathon, which obviously isn't very good. But Friday I did a 3k, like around a 3k run, which actually was pretty good. I wasn't really having any issues. My knees were hurting a little bit, but I feel like that's kind of just pain from the half marathon still. So today is kind of about resetting and preparing to start off the new week fresh. So now I'm just quickly gonna get ready and then head out for this run.
Not going according to plan. Some things I just won't understand. Never controlling the ways I've been molding, folding up time in your hand. I wouldn't be surprised if the daylight breaks and you can't stay. You got places to be. It would still.
It's a little bit later. I just came home, showered, and made myself a warm cup of tea because it has actually been so cold the past few days. It was like -1 degrees this morning, and there was also like a little bit of snow at some places. Not like actual proper snow, but it has just been so cold, and I just want to bundle up and be inside all day. But we do need to actually leave the house at some point today because we have absolutely no groceries at home, and I think I want to get some new flowers because we have had these flowers for 2 weeks and they're so dead. I need to get rid of those and get some new ones. The pace for the run was a bit... Oh, that's really close, sorry. The pace for the run was a bit faster than we thought it was gonna be. And at the start she said it was gonna be around like a 6:15 pace, and I feel like most of the run we ran a 5:40 pace, which is something I haven't done like in a very long time. And Lola's also not really used to a fast pace because she's also still building up like stamina and everything, so it was a bit faster than we thought it was gonna be, and it was still, for me at least, it was still fine, but I kind of set my mind to a little bit of a slower pace, so it was fine, but it was just a little bit harder than expected. But I love Atelier so much, like I love these phone cases. And when we were in the pop-up like after the run, they had coffee fueled by Nespresso obviously, and they had like croissants and cinnamon buns, and oh, the cinnamon bun I had was so good. And I just got this itch to buy a new phone case. I actually ended up not buying anything, but when I'm in a store like that, I just get this like itch that I want to buy things, but I didn't buy anything. But in the goodie bag they did have a discount, so I'm definitely at some point gonna get a new phone case. Then also from Atelier, it's this huge ass scrunchie, which I find so adorable because this is something that I would love to try, but I would never really buy it. I feel like this is so cute and I'm really excited. I can picture myself having like a fully black outfit and then having like this huge ass scrunchie in my hair. Yeah, I love it. It's so cute. And then from Nespresso they had this to-go cup and espresso pots. We obviously don't have an espresso machine, but I can definitely give this to someone who has. And this cup, I'm very happy with this actually because it's a little bit bigger, and then I can just take like a cup of coffee or a cup of tea outside or on the go, and I'm actually really happy with this. And overall it was just really fun. It was nice to see Lola again. I have been loving our coffee dates. I wanted to say weekly coffee dates because we actually did it the past 2 weeks, but before that it was definitely not weekly. But it's just really nice to just catch up and just also experience new things because this is the first time I've actually been to like some sort of run club thing. And it's quite weird because I used to do like a 5:40 to 6 pace like all the time, but then I had like all the injuries and stuff and I slowed down a little bit. And I feel like with this run club it was much easier to push myself to actually like stick to the pace because everyone was obviously running it, and I feel like that's so much easier if you're running in like a group than running by yourself. So I feel like for me this was a really nice push and I actually really enjoyed it. So for the rest of this day it's actually gonna be a really nice Sunday at home. I just quickly tinted my eyebrows because that has been on my to-do list for the longest time. That's always something that I procrastinate for way too long, and then I'm so glad when I've done it because I feel like it kind of just lifts up your face a little bit if your eyebrows are a bit more dark. But we don't really have plans today. I'm really wanting to read a bit more and kind of just not be on my phone as much. I do have a few YouTube videos that I want to watch because I saw some recent uploads that I really want to watch today, and just cleaning up around the house a little bit and just enjoying like a cozy day at home, because we've been obviously away, not obviously, you guys don't know that, but we were away the past 2 days because we had a family birthday, so we went to see my family. I think we both just really want like a slow cozy day at home, so I think I'm gonna make Yop a coffee because I already had 2 coffees. I'm definitely not gonna survive if I have another one. So I'm gonna stick to my warm cup of tea, but I'm gonna make Yop a coffee, and yeah, very ready for just a slow day at home. I have genuinely had one of the most peaceful Sundays I've had in a while, and it was actually so nice. I feel like I just really enjoyed being home today because this place is actually starting to feel a bit more like home, and just being warm inside, that was just a really nice feeling. And I was reading for a little bit because I actually started this book a little bit ago. I'm not very far in yet because this is actually a really thick book, at least for me. This is a really big book, and it's a fantasy, if you didn't know. I think pretty much everyone knows this book and like this series, but this is the second book in the ACOTAR series, and basically ACOTAR is the first fantasy book that I ever read, and I actually thought I wasn't gonna like it, but I ended up really liking the first book. So now I'm giving the second book a go, and so far I have to admit it's a bit hard to get into like a story like this, especially if you don't really ever read fantasy and you read the first book like a year ago. It's kind of a struggle to actually understand the story and kind of realize what's actually like what you're actually reading, but so far I am quite liking it. I feel like fantasy is pretty nice to read at like this time of year because I don't know, I just really associate winter with reading like fantasy books, so I quite like it to read this when I'm like bundled up inside all day. So that's the plan. I'm excited to see how I'm gonna like this, but now I think we might watch a movie. I don't actually know if we're still gonna watch a movie, but I think we're just gonna watch something together, maybe start a series, or like I said, like a comedy movie or something, because it's still quite early, because like I said, we had no plans. So at some point we just went out and got groceries and went for a little walk, and then we got back, we made dinner. We once found a TikTok with a chicken burger recipe. No, it was actually not a TikTok, it was an Instagram, I think, but it was this chicken burger recipe with like kind of a honey glaze. I don't know, I will link it down below. That is one of my favorite like weekend recipes because it literally kind of feels like you're eating like a takeout burger, and I love this recipe so much. So yeah, now I'm cozy in bed and so ready to have a good night's sleep. I feel like this was a really nice way to kind of prepare for this new week, and I feel like this week is actually gonna be like about getting out of a slump, because I feel like I'm gonna do a lot of things that help me, and I feel like I'm a bit more prepared with like getting out of my slump, and this was a really nice way to do all that. I feel like for me in a slump, the first habits that go are like working out and taking care of yourself, but I feel like that's the most like important part to also get out of it, because I feel like with working out it just makes me feel so much better afterwards. Like going for a run, and especially like a workout class, I feel like with a run I have this less than with a workout class, but with a workout class you can actually kind of shut your mind off and like not think about things, because you have to pay attention to what you need to do in the class, if that makes any sense. So I feel like that's a really nice way for me to kind of take my mind off things, and just, I don't know, I feel like movement is a very big thing for me for getting out of a slump and like having routines and everything like that. So that's something I'm definitely implementing back into my routines this week. Yeah, I've kind of planned this next week. I'm actually vlogging next week, but I kind of planned it to be a bit more slow and focus on things such as like movement. Like I've literally planned a long walk on like Wednesday, because I just want to be outside, go for a walk, and just kind of not have to think about the things that are stressing me out, because I feel like I sometimes stress over things that is literally not needed. So I feel like this week I just want to do the things that I have to do and not already worry about things that I don't necessarily have to worry about. So I feel like I'm just gonna try and take it very slow this upcoming week, and I'm very very excited for that. So yeah, with that I'm gonna end this video here. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.